Give us a couple stories that you can kind of tell.
Yeah, but one of the horrible stories, the worst one in there is the Benoit tragedies.
So from just explaining it from your end or explaining it, so tell me about
I have my own theory, which is not in the book because the publisher thought it was too intense to spell it out in the book. About 2 weeks before whatever allegedly happened, I was on AOL and Nancy's instant message box.
Because you mentioned Nancy once before. Were you friends with Nancy?
Oh, I loved her to death. Yeah. Yes, I mean, bad choice of words, but I knew her when Kevin Sullivan was first breaking her in, and she'd always see me go, "Oh, it's Mr. Bill," from Saturday Night Live. So so her instant message pops up.
Because Nancy had a great personality. She's very funny.
She was great. Her instant message pops up, and I said, "It's me, Mr. Bill." I answered first, so it says it's Chris. And Daniel is sitting on my lap. So we talked a little, and they said, "How come you're not working for us in the WWE? Do you want me to talk to somebody?" I said, "I'm good where I am. I'm really fine. I'm very loyal to whoever I work for." So that was the last time I had heard from him. I remember seeing him on the road with Eddie Guerrero, and he'd always sit in the corner, read a book, and ask me to tell him some bad jokes, Chris. Okay? I always liked him. He was just a quiet, nice guy. When I heard what happened, news trucks from Philadelphia came to my house, and people thought that I killed my wife or something. People in my neighborhood don't know what I do.
Right.
A lot of them don't. So, and then I was on MSNBC, and I gave my theory of what I think happened, and Dr. Martin Abend, who was one of their crime reporters, said, "I never heard that, and maybe you're right." Okay? So I'm going to tell you what's not in the book, what I think may have happened, and I may be totally wrong, and people are going to go, "This is ridiculous. How could you ever think of this?" I think somehow Chris got in some sort of trouble. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was after or whatever, but I think something happened. I think when he got home, Nancy and his son were already dead. And I understand that husbands and wives kill each other sometimes. They do. But not the boy. Mm-hmm. This is what didn't make sense to me. To me, if a murder, is done in a professional way, they can make it look like you did it and you committed suicide as well. To this day, the Chris Benoit I know couldn't have done that at all. To me, they were dead. He got in some sort of trouble. They were murdered. And when he got home, he was murdered, and they set it up to make it look like he committed suicide. Only, again, because I knew they had a volatile relationship, he and Nancy. There were a lot of issues and all that. But because of Daniel, the boy, and how enamored he was with Daniel, I still today can't fathom that he could do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's definitely the mystery of all ages. You know, something that we'll never know.
Maybe I'm right.
Well, it's as plausible as what the official explanation is.
Which is not. There isn't one.
And there isn't one. It's been very kind of shady and dropped and all that sort of thing.
And what do you think?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to kind of. I would say if I'm talking rationally, I would say concussions. I would say the same thing that happened with Junior Seau and all these type of guys where they're having talking with Chris Nowinski about how the brain hardens and gives you dementia and makes you hear voices and
I've thought of that
drives
too.
You insane. You know?
I've thought of that too, but I just it's Daniel, the son, that makes no sense in this.
And nothing makes sense about it.
Yeah.
You know, so it could be concussions, it could be rage, it could be demonic possession. For all I know,
Maybe.
There's no real closure on that. You know what I mean? So, like you said, it's one of those things that I don't think we'll ever know. And it's cool that you talked about it in the book. Because,
it is, but again, that theory is not.
Yeah, it's not in there. But I mean, so